Welcome to the channel. I'm Ellie. Um, this video is scattered. I actually don't know what this video is going to be by the end of it. Half vlogger style, half art. There's a lot of behind the scenes things that have been happening that is like invisible work. There won't be anything tangible for you to see at the end of all of that I was trying to record so that I can take you through it. And then I ended up doing so many other things to add to the video that I wasn't going to. If for nothing else, watch along for the adventure of it. The thought process was this. The mission has been just to create little enhancements to just try and up the quality of my videos by a fraction. I learned couple days ago that my primary device actually has better recording capabilities, so I switched that. It took like a whole day just to make backups and switch everything onto the second device and make my old original device the primary recording device, which is what I'm recording on right now. So you guys can let me know if there's any difference. I've also been looking at different editing programs that I can use just to have a bit more in the way of editing. I'm currently using InShot and it's pretty good, but it has limitations. So I want something that's just slightly better than that. Lighting was another thing. I got a new ring light because my old one broke. Though the light function still works, it's just the mechanism that holds the device that broke. So I technically can use it as a light, and I am. But even then, the lighting was a little bit dim. The studio is actually very dark, so I got a second ring light just to have that little mechanism as well as the extra light. Anyway, I am going to leave it there and let this video be what it will be, and I hope you guys enjoy watching it. Let me know in the comments if you like this vlogger style element to the videos and if I should do it more often. I like it. I feel like the vlogger style video invites the community in to connect into the process, into the behind the scenes. But that's how I think about it. You guys let me know how you feel about it. A little while, and I just did it again, but a little while ago, someone pointed out that I have a habit of clapping my hands when I speak, and I think I did a lot of that in this video. And yes, I do have my hair tied up with a pencil. That's because I can never ever find a hair grip, and where I do find a hair grip, I consider myself hair grip rich. And since I'm enjoying this style a lot lately, it's just part of my aesthetic now. But the moment I've been waiting for. Before I continue, I also want to mention, in the spirit of making little upgrades, I also make use of a vlogger kit that came with a microphone, which is what I'm using in this clip. Unfortunately, the microphone seemed to have some kind of feedback. It is subtle but annoying to the fine ear. My apologies for that, but what comes up next is the unwrapping of 2 sketchbooks, and unfortunately this feedback is present right until the end of that unwrapping. I've been telling you guys that I'm working on a character compilation and that I wanted a very nice specific sketchbook for that because my characters are precious to me and I wanted something almost archival. The thing is though, I couldn't find a nice sketchbook that was giving archival, but I did find something that is very me. So I got it in A5 and A4 because I couldn't decide, even though I know for this compilation A4 is the ideal size. But I guess I just had to have the A5 as well. Starting with the A4. How cute is that? How cute is that? Okay, let's open it. I don't know if you guys can see it yet, but this cover, let me get something to cut it open. I was going carefully not to cut the book then find it's quite blunt. No, that's not safe. Don't do that. All right. I don't know if it will be. I'll do like a close up at the end of this, but the cover is fabric. I love the rings. This is beautiful. Then but here's the A5. How dang cute is that? It's only got 2 rings and it came with the extra ring. So let's remember now to do it that way. Much better. Alright. It is so cute. I love it. It's so me. It's so different. This is better than finding an archival sketchbook. So I'm going to do a open display so you guys can see it nicely. And there they are. How flippin' beautiful is that? I said fabric, but I think canvas is probably a better word. It's this type of canvas fabric. And this is so cool for customization as well. These covers are light in colors, so they'll pick up a lot of mess and graphite and things from just being an artist. So I might apply a light wash of color over them. And here I'm just trying to capture some of the texture on the paper. The problem with these sketchbooks are they are so pretty and I'm so impressed by them that the pressure is way up now. So it's going to be something of getting myself in a mindset where I don't care about messing up, because messing up is part of the process. But you know how it is when you get a brand new sketchbook, especially a really nice one that you like, and there's that fear. But the good news is, the first time I mess up, that pressure is going to be off. I might actually just purposely mess up the first page of each of the sketchbooks just to take that pressure down. I don't know if it's going to work, but I can try. I will not know how good or bad this paper is until I test it, and I'm going to do that. Actually, I think that's what I'll do on the first page. I'll just test it, just a couple circles and lines. First things first, graphite. I wanted to see how graphite takes on this paper and how blending works on this paper. Then I wanted to try eraser lines. I wanted to see if the graphite embeds in the paper after blending or making lines. Hard lines embedding in the paper is a given. I'm okay with that, but I have a problem when soft lines embed into paper. But so far, so good. Next, I wanted to test my fine tip ink pens to see, first of all, if the ink runs and bleeds into the page as I apply it, and of course, if it bleeds onto the back. It didn't, and I applied it quite thick, but I don't know how well it would hold if I applied it even thicker. Next was this heavy marker that definitely bled through, and next I tried the alcohol markers that also bled through quite significantly. So much so that there were signs of it bleeding onto the new page, and had I applied it thicker, it would definitely have bled onto the next page. Of course, next I wanted to test my coloring pencils. I had 3 types of coloring pencils, a budget, a medium, and a premium style coloring pencil. And I wanted to see how the pigments uphold on this paper, and I was quite happy. Even the budget pencils took quite nicely and the pigments were vibrant. Next, I wanted to see how watercolors hold up on this paper. First of all, just see how the vibrancy looks, and secondly, how the fibers hold up. The fibers held up really nicely, and that's true across all the mediums I tested, which the same cannot be said about some of my other sketchbooks. Name brand sketchbooks, mind you, which in the case of the other sketchbooks was one of the most annoying things I've ever experienced in a sketchbook. The fibers and parts of the paper just come off as you color, and you can't fix it. The more you fix it, the worse it gets. But that's it for all the little tests. But of course, I won't know how this paper actually holds up unless I do some real art on it. So let's do that next. And what better candidate than one of those devil birds? because let's face it, the Hadidas at this point are pretty much channel mascots. So that's what I'm gonna do, a Hadida. Starting with the groundwork, the initial sketch, and I must say, I really like how the graphite takes to this paper. It has a sturdiness to it. It's not like printer paper or exam pad paper. But anyway, this is Heidi, short for Hadida, because I refer to them as those devil birds, and Hades sounds so much like Hades. So allow me to introduce to you Heidi, and officially the channel mascot. And for clarity, there is nothing really official about it other than the fact that I have decided that he will be the channel mascot. And bonus, the fibers didn't come loose during the watercolor or coloring process, and the graphite lines didn't embed. Well, I mean, it did to some degree where I sketched and erased, but that's to be expected. Still, it was nothing to the degree of my other sketchbooks. This is the swatches and tests that I did on the paper. Like I said, the mediums took very nicely to the paper aside from the heavy black marker and the alcohol inks. Those are obviously not compatible. Still, I am very impressed with this paper. I will say it's obviously not your top tier art grade paper, but definitely good enough for everyday art and drawing, which again is more than I can say for some of my other sketchbooks. That said though, it's not just the paper factor that impresses me, it is also the covers. The canvas covers and the ring binding is absolutely beautiful, and more than that, those canvas covers are perfect for customization. I purchased these books off of Temu, but I was so impressed by them I decided to sign up for an affiliation link, which is in the video description. There seems to be a small discount worked into the display price, though that price can vary from day to day. But if you like these books as much as I do and you'd like to give them a try, check out that link. And that is the quality of the paper. As you can see, the heavy inks like the black marker and the alcohol markers are not really compatible with this paper. It bleeds through not only to the back but also potentially onto the next page. But everything else handled really nicely on this paper and I couldn't be happy. It is sturdy. It's cardboard-ish. I will double check, but I almost think the ad said 180 GSM. The other thing I did, and I will show it to you, is my first ever digital art. I must say I am pretty happy with how it came out. It was difficult. It wasn't easy, but it was so much fun. And I didn't do it with a pen. Those drawing pens that come with the devices. No, I did it with this, a stylus. And though easier than drawing with your finger, it's still pretty difficult, especially when it comes to details. I'm gonna have to figure that one out because using this for details, it's a difficult one. But I'm really happy with how it came out. Like I said, it was difficult, but not like frustrating difficult. It was fun. If there is anybody out there who draws with a stylus and not a pen, let me know how you get around the details, because I love details. I like fine work, I like line work, and difficult with this thing. So let me know what you do to get around the details and precision when it comes to the stylus. Thank you for your time, thank you for watching, and if you like my video, please consider subscribing and coming back next week to catch the next one.